Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a DFB Pokal tie at home against Schalke, and we follow it up with a league game against Wehen. Since you were last with us, we have turned everything around. We had a pretty poor run, but obviously you were with us for the Braunschweig and Hanover matches where we managed to get 2 wins, and since then we have continued winning. We won 5-2 away at Duisburg. We had a couple of friendlies in a 2 week international break. We came back and played St. Pauli. We were 4-1 up in that game, and bit of a mistake on my part. I put a load of the youngsters on, and St. Pauli came back and managed a very late draw with 2 goals in injury time. But from that, we followed it up with 1-0 wins away against Magdeburg and 1-0 win at home against Darmstadt. So we've won 7 games in the league this season, and we sit fourth in the table at the moment. We've had a really good turnaround of form. We're playing good football, and incidentally, something I was having a look at, if I can go on to this screen. Um, so we've won 7 games in our opening 12 matches. Last season, where we finished 16th, I don't know if you'll be able to see it above my head, we won 6 matches all season. So we've already won more games in a third of the season than we did for the whole of last season. So we've officially turned the club around, I think. Mid-table is pretty much looking assured at this point. Um, we just have to continue doing what we're doing, and everything does seem to be working. We've rotated 1 or 2 players into the side as well, and they're playing well. And we're looking pretty strong at the moment. We are still putting out a pretty strong squad for this game against Schalke. Fitness-wise, we're looking pretty decent considering the circumstances, and rotation isn't quite as necessary as I thought it would be. We haven't got any unhappy players at the club at the moment. Kwanzaa's still waiting on a couple of promises to be met, as is Gonçalves, the young right back. He wants to get more game time, so we're trying to work him in to the side at right back. And he's played the last couple of matches ahead of Alex Jimenez. And we're also trying to work in. Who else was it we were trying to work in? Janssen Jensen wants to leave, and we're waiting on to get an offer for him, so he's not caused too much of a fuss. But there was somebody else. I'm sure there was somebody else. Kwanzaa is waiting on a promise to reduce number of unhappy players at the club, which we've already done anyway. So we're doing quite well. Team cohesion's looking a lot better. We're working everything out, and we're looking good. So going into this cup tie, I am hopeful that we can get a good result and move into the third round. Schalke just a couple of points behind us in the league table. So it's going to be a pretty close game, but they have got some really good players at Schalke. The likes of Masengo in midfield and Fernino, Vaclav Cherny in there as well as Vonarek. So I'm not too sure on the back five, but going forward, they've certainly got some recognisable names from my point of view anyway. And yeah, we'll just see how we get on. Like I say, we are playing well, and it's quite refreshing. Um, After the struggles that we had at Charlton and last season when we did come to Karlsruhe, we we've had a really good start to the season. After them, that number of defeats, we changed to the 4-3-3, of course, and it has really turned our fortunes. And so far, so good. Vandenberg hasn't put in any complaints so far either. He did want to be playing a bit more regularly, but he's not complained at all about being left out of the side. Obviously, since changing to this formation, we haven't really had a chance to get him in to that position. Jensen just picking it up there after an opportunity. Mike Abira's been a bit unlucky in recent games as well. He's had a number of shots which just get blocked at the last minute by defenders. And he's just struggling to find the back of the net, but he's scored more goals this season than he has in the last 2 seasons combined. So he's certainly improved his game. It's just a case of whether we can get him scoring a bit more regularly. Taki and Bergzorg have improved as well. I mean, Taki's continued to just perform well, but Bergzorg has started to score a few as well. Here is Jensen. Big opportunity for him today. He hasn't played too many matches recently. Here's Jimenez now. Lays it into Taki. That's a good effort, and it's just over the crossbar. Really good effort there. And again, we're looking dangerous on the attack. Schalke with a shot on target so far out of 3 attempts. We haven't actually had a shot on target yet, but we are getting plenty of chances. And Burnic coming in toward the penalty area. Jensen picks up to Vanitsek. Now Burnic again. He's got someone, I think it's Jimenez, it is, free on that right-hand side. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he can. It's toward the far post, and we can't win the header. Zvonarek clears, but only as far as Burnic. Can he get a strike away? He's been brought down. No penalty given. Jensen picks it up toward the far post. Bergzorg is there with the header, and it's a 5th goal of the season for him. He actually bagged a hat-trick against St. Pauli in the 4-4 draw that we had against them. But yeah, I'm really happy to see him scoring goals again because he had a slow start to the season and his match ratings were mirroring that as well. He wasn't playing well at all, but he's really picked himself up recently and things are going pretty well in our favour at the minute. We have a 1-0 lead at half-time in this cup tie. We're looking good and hopefully we can push on a bit in the second half. And I don't know how far we'll go in the cup. It's just nice to still be in the competition, to be honest. And if we do well, then obviously any financial gain is greatly appreciated because we are due to finish on a bit of a financial downpour come the end of the season. Basengo there with an equaliser at the start of the second half here for Schalke. It was a well-worked move, to be fair. Pretty much Route 1 stuff, but it worked nonetheless. So we just got to be a little bit careful here. Bergzog's picked up a knock as well. Zayna into Masengo, who's all of a sudden running that midfield. Zvonarek couldn't get past Hugo, but it's ended up back with him anyway. Templeman moving down the right-hand side, chance to get the cross into the penalty area, and he does. And Cherney's at the far post, but the header is over the crossbar. We're just going to demand a little bit more from the side. Schalke just starting to run things a little bit. Possession's relatively even as well. And we are going to have to make some changes, especially going forward. And we'll get Luca Oyen and Lee Hyun-ju on out wide. We're going to get Efekan Barlik up there as well. And we are struggling a little bit at fullback with Hugo. But I think we need the energy in the midfield, to be quite honest. I think, to be fair, we'll get Senad Saric on, but we'll move Kobold into that midfield. And we'll also get Vandenberg on for Vanitsek. And hopefully, we can force a result here. Jimenez here with the throw into Jensen. Lays it back to Beefus, who, again, he started coming into the side a little bit more in recent weeks. It's good to see him forcing his way into the team. Lee Hyun-ju into Vandenberg. Space on the edge of the penalty area for Jensen. And again, that's a really unlucky effort. He's got to hit the target with the amount of space he had. He had time to bring it down, to be fair. A little bit unlucky, but it remains 1-1. And I'm not too sure on the format of the DFB Pokal as to whether it goes into extra time or anything like that. We'll just have to wait and see. But overall, performance-wise, we're not looking too bad. There is a corner here late on though for Schalke. Zvonarek with the delivery, and it's just gone over the head of Kaba, and Jimenez picks it up, completely unchallenged, and he's got space to run into down this right-hand side. He hasn't got too much support though. If we can create a counter-attack from this, it would be fantastic. Jensen into Lee Hyun-ju. Has got support arriving. Hugo didn't make the overlapping run though. He just kind of held his position. But he's coming forward now. Chance to get the ball into the penalty area. Swings it in toward Efekan. He missed it. Oyen! That's a good finish from Luca Oyen. It's his first goal for the club. Right at the very end of the game here. 92nd minute we're in here. So only 3 minutes left of added time. The keeper came out, completely missed it. And I thought Luca Oyen's shot had actually been blocked, to be honest, by the defender. He hit it well, though, and it did actually hit the foot of the defender. It didn't alter the trajectory of the shot too much, and we are ahead, and we've snatched a win here in the Pokal. Second round, right at the very end. It was quite an even game, to be fair. Both sides with just three shots on target out of 10 attempts at goal. Possession-wise, again, relatively even. Very good game to win that from our point of view. And Luke Oyen with a very good finish there for his first goal for the club, and a very important one at that. And I'm reckoning we'll probably end up with Bundesliga opposition in the next round. There's not too many Bundesliga 2 sides left in the competition, so we are going to have to be a little bit careful. £307,000 we've made from the second round win. pretty happy with that, to be honest. The game, when's the third round? So the third round's actually at the end of November. We won't do Schalke again, but potentially we'll come back for the third round and Paderborn um, in the next episode. But we have got to get things done first, and we've got Wehen coming up in a couple of days' time. So just bear with me, and we'll get set ready for that game, and hopefully we can continue our phenomenal run that we're on at the minute. And not too much to complain about now, have I? All good times are rolling ahead. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game against Wehen. We've done really well to get through that cup tie. Fitness is a bit of a concern, but we've actually been drawn, as I thought, against Bundesliga opposition. Seventh placed Stuttgart we're up against. It might not be seventh when it comes to the tie, but they've only lost 3 of their opening 9 Bundesliga games. So that is going to be an incredibly tough tie for us, and we've been drawn away from home in that one. So going into this game against Wehen sat in 12th position at the moment. We're away from home. Not that that matters too much. We're playing very good football at the moment, and hopefully that will continue. Christopher Olsen is back to fitness as well, which is always good to see, and opportunities for one or two others. Elias Becker is coming in at left back. Kobold is struggling a little bit for fitness, but he will still start at centre back for us with Kwanzaa. Jimenez comes back into the side to start. Gonçalves is going to be on the bench today. And in terms of our front three, we're actually not looking too bad fitness-wise. I thought we were having to make more changes than we have, but we've done quite well. And hopefully, another good result is incoming. All the players are quite happy. Kwanzaa has now calmed himself down as well. The promise has been met for him, so he is happy again. So it can all help. Every single thing helps right now. And if we can keep this run going, we're going to be in a very strong position come the end of the season. Burnich into Vanitsek. Short corner this time. It's something that we've not really seen too much. And Kwanzaa with the header back across goal. Had Bredlow scrambling, but it went just wide of the post. Really good effort there, though. Possession-wise, we are murdering them at the moment. 76% possession we were on for a moment there in the opening quarter of an hour. And hopefully that will continue. A corner here, though, for Wehen. Dakuna with the opportunity to swing it in. Götze is there with the header, but it got cleared away by Beerith quite well, I might add. And it's fallen for Dakuna again, and another good tackle from Beerith to put him off, and the shot was quite poor in the end. But not too many opportunities at the minute. Kwanzaa's had the best chance we've had, but we've got a free kick in a very dangerous position here with Vanitsek. And he strikes it well, but it's over the crossbar. I think a set-piece taker is something that we're missing. Vanitsek has been taking the majority of set pieces. Sometimes they come off, but it's more often than not they don't, which is unfortunate. Here's Jimenez into Taki. Now Vanitsek back into Taki in space. Finds Bergzorg at the far post. And that is his 6th of the season. And we have a lead here away from home. And as things stand, I'm not too sure what other fixtures are happening right now, but as things stand, we'll be going up to 3rd in the league. They also have it works similar with the relegation playoff. So they play the team in the relegation playoff play the promotion playoff from the league below. So 3rd place is a position we don't really want to be in if we're playing a team that could potentially get relegated from the Bundesliga. It'd be a very tough ask to get through something like that. Here is Yander. Looking over the top for Conte. It's a poor header, but Rodriguez has somehow managed to keep that in. And he's played it across for Götze. It's a good block, but Dakuna is there and it's off the post. And Becker just beats the striker to it and clears. Bergzorg can't get there. And now it's Yander into Dakuna again. Wehen just turning the screw a little bit here, trying to push forward. And that is a good claim from Alavoin from a dangerous cross, really. Yeah, as things stand, we're into 3rd position. Union Berlin, Magdeburg, and Paderborn are the teams we need to keep an eye on in and around and ahead of us. Well, half time, we have a 1-0 lead. We've had 2 shots on target out of 7, Wehen with 1 shot on target out of 8. So They have grown into it in this first half, but we just need to stay as calm as we can and just push on a little bit. We just need that little bit of extra something. And to be honest, we need Micah Beerith to get his scoring boots back again, and F-Can as well. We need him to get a goal just to build his confidence because he continues to really struggle as well. Here's Jimenez into Burnage. It's a poor pass from him, and Goetze finds Rodriguez, and that is a Wusu. That is a very good save from Alavoine. Wusu was offside, but Alavoine wasn't to know. A very good piece of goalkeeping from him. 25 minutes to go. As you can see, player fitness is starting to be a bit of a concern now. We've had 3 games in 5 days, so we are going to have to make some changes here. Vandenberg is going to come on for Christopher Olsen, who's just come back from that injury, of course. Leon Jensen is going to come on for Burnich. I think, to be honest, the wingers definitely need to be coming off. We can only bring one off, though, because of the way things are positionally. Lee Hyun-ju can come on for Tachi, and we'll switch Bergzorg. Oh, actually, Lee Hyun-ju can play on that right-hand side, so we'll play him there, see how he gets on. Yeah, Jimenez and Kobold are struggling, and so is Bergzorg and Beerus, so I don't want to make all the changes now, but just in case we end up with an injury, really. It's either Goncalves for right back or Efecan for Beerus. I think we'll keep Beerus on. We'll get Goncalves on for Jimenez. And we enter the last 25 minutes, and we'll see with a delivery, and it's ended up off the woodwork. We're just going to demand a little bit more from the side. Because Wehen is probably one of the first league games for a while that we've been a little bit outplayed. We're lucky to be ahead right now. Here's Kobold into Becker. Back to Kobold. That's a nice pass into Vandenberg. Good turn from the midfielder as well into Vanitsek. Now Lee Hyun-ju. There's it all the way back to Kwanzaa. Now Vanitsek. There is one thing, the way we string passes together this season's been so much improved than it was last season. And Becker charging down this left-hand side, fires the cross in low and hard. It's cleared well by Mattison, and Vandenberg picks it up. And then we rebuild again from the back. It's a poor pass there, though, but Bergzorg with the challenge. And now Vanitsek moving forward. Chance to get a strike away, maybe. He cuts inside, and it's laid across to Micah Beerith. There is the goal that we needed from him. He's scoring again. And that is a big, big goal for him. It's pretty much a tap-in, but Vanitsek with a really good run from through that midfield area. He wasn't laid under pressure with a challenge or anything. The keeper couldn't get onto it. He drilled it across, and Beerith finishing well. 2-0. After demanding that little bit more, we've got that little bit more, and we have a little bit more of a cushion now. And Kwanzaa into Goncalves. Bit of a heavy touch, but Conte didn't react quickly enough, but they have managed to win it back here. Christian into Conte. Conte squeezes through the cross. Owusu picks it up, and it's ended up in. Brighton Bucher offside, though, I think. It bundled about a little bit. I think he was offside. I'm not certain, but I think he was offside. The goal has been disallowed, so we keep with the 2-0 lead. It bundled about a little bit. It wasn't the most convincing defensively, was it, to be fair? But at 2-0, we are looking pretty strong here. And Alavoine into Kobold. Now Becker. Into Jens. And again, it's poor from Becker. And this time, Potajin has put it in. And that's Becker coming off. I'm not taking any more risks like that. Becker is off. And it's annoying, really, because he's probably the fittest of the defenders. Hugo is going to come on for him. That was very poor from Becker. Jensen hasn't been too good either with his passing at times, but hopefully we can hang on. 6 minutes of added time. We should be able to hang on, but I'm not too sure at the moment. Bonner into Potajin. Now Cade. Lofting it into the penalty area. Kwanzaa heads clear. Goncalves furthers it away to Lee Hyun-ju. Now Vanitsek. Poor pass again. We've been so lazy with the passing these last 10 minutes, and Conte's strike is over the crossbar. We're really struggling here. Just to get... I mean, we've done well to get over the line, but Wehen in the end were the better side. They had more shots at goal and more shots on target. But our passing in that last 10 minutes was very, very poor. And we'll have to keep an eye on that with a couple of these younger players. Jensen as well. I know he's unhappy at the club at the moment. He deserves game time, though, because he's one of the better midfielders. But we are going to have to keep an eye on that, that is for sure. Darmstadt, who are behind us, won 3-0 against Kaiserslautern. Union Berlin only drew 2-2 with Hansa Rostock. Tengstedt with a brace for them. So we're actually on the same number of points as Union Berlin at the moment. To be fair, if we can keep up this kind of form, we're in with a good chance of fighting for promotion this season. Now that we've got a little bit of momentum, we could do quite well. Paderborn only drew with Kiel, so everyone's within touching distance, really. Obviously, we were looking to avoid this bottom part of the table. We're going to be well clear of that. 30 points we had at the end of last season, 13 games in, and we're only 5 points off that. So we could go beyond last season's points total before we get halfway through this season, which would be a phenomenal achievement. In terms of schedule, as I mentioned before, we'll probably come back for that third round Pokal tie against Stuttgart away from home. And then the current league leaders, Paderborn, away from home as well. Two big, big games for us there. And in the meantime, like I say, hopefully we can continue this brilliant run that we're on. And promotion could be a possibility, but we'll see how we do. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.